was,
how do I tune my drum?
Great question. Welcome to Baba O's Drum House, your world music class brought right to your home. I'm your instructor, Baba O. So today we're asked, how do I tune my drum? So many of us might have seen a guitar being tuned, might have seen a piano being tuned, might have even seen a car being tuned, but not many of us know how we tune our drum. So today, let's get into it. Drum tuning is the process of adjusting the pitch or tone on the drum in order to get the perfect sound that the drummer wants. The materials we'll be using today is a wrench, a mallet, a stick, and a drum key. So when tuning our drum, we're changing the tension of the drum skin in order to change the sound. There are several different types of tuning methods for the drum. Today we'll focus on 3: lug tune drums, peg tune drums, and rope tune instruments. So the most common lug tune instrument we have is the Conga. Now these metal things on the side are called the lugs. Everybody say lugs. Alright? Now the lugs are what holds the skin onto the drum. Using our wrench, the drummer would tighten or loosen these lugs, creating more tension on the skin or lessening the tension on the skin. Alright, here we go. Right side, left side. Oh, keep in mind, just a note. When the Conga drum was first developed in Cuba, we didn't have this lug system. The skin of the drum was tacked, nailed onto the drum, and in order to tune the instrument, it would be put near a fire, and the heat would tighten the skin on the drum. All right, just a side note. All right, so here's our lug tuned instrument. Here we have a peg tune instrument, right? This is a Pinta drum from Ghana, West Africa, right? The Conga drum we had was from Cuba. It's from Cuba, Caribbean. This is from Ghana, West Africa. Now I don't have a skin on this drum at the moment, but we can get an idea of how the mechanics of this peg tune instrument works. Other peg tune instruments are the Kpanlogo drum or the Sabar drum from Senegal, West Africa. The way this works is that the skin is placed on the drum and fastened to these pegs. The pegs are hammered in, tightening down the skin onto the instrument. Alright, so this is how a peg tune drum works. So if you want to tighten it, you bring it down. If you want to loosen it, you tap it like that and pull it out a little bit, loosen it up, alright? So this is our peg tune drum. Tap it down to tighten it, tap it up to loosen it. High pitch, down, low pitch, up. Interesting, alright? Alright, here we go. Now, I know you're wondering, what is a drum key? So when tuning up this drum, you see we can tighten up the skin. What you want to do is tighten across from one another. And the reason why we do that is so that we have an even tension all the way around the drum. So let's start, right? If I start here, tightening it.
How do I know which direction to turn it?
Great question. Just in case you were wondering, which way do I turn to tighten this? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So I gave this one turn or half a turn here. Come to the opposite side, half a turn there. Half a turn here. I go to the straight across to the opposite side, half a turn there. You can hear the sound becoming more high pitch. Half a turn here, straight across, half a turn there. Now let's move this side. Alright? Pitch has changed. So that's how you use the drum key. Let's loosen it back up. Half a turn here, go across, half a turn there, half a turn here, go across, half a turn there, half a turn here, go across, half a turn there, and let's tighten it back. Half a turn here, come across, half a turn there. Remember, we're going across from one another and keeping it even. Now let's move on to rope tune instruments. Now, the most famous rope tune drum in the world, in my opinion, but that's true, is the djembe drum. In the world, in my opinion. All right, so here's the djembe drum, right? Here with the djembe drum, we have our goat skin on top and the ropes on the side. Now, these ropes are attached to two rims, one on top and one on the bottom. And when these ropes are tightened, the skin on the drum tightens, causing the pitch to raise up. When the ropes are loosened, the skin on the drum loosens, causing the pitch to go down. All right, so I'm going to show you how we tune our djembe drum. Now, unlike the conga, which uses a simple wrench, and you can go right or left to tune the drum, or a Kpanlogo drum that use a mallet. So unlike those two instruments, tuning the djembe drum is a little more complex, requires a little more technique, but it's fun and makes for a beautiful pattern on the instrument. So let's get into it. Now, my djembe drum that we have here, this one, it's pretty tuned up and doesn't need to be tuned anymore. We have other rope tune instruments, right? We have this little can don I made. This is another rope tune drum here, right? And here's my daughter's djembe. She has this Toka freestyle djembe, and the mechanics of the drum is still the same. Even though it's small, even though it doesn't use a real goat skin, this is a synthetic drum head, the function and the mechanics is still the same. We have a top rim, a bottom rim, and the rope that holds the head on. So let's get into it, all right? The basic pattern, right, for tightening and tuning your djembe drum. So I'm going to use my daughter's drum, all right? So on the djembe drum, after the rope is tied onto the drum, we have some extra rope, right? And this extra rope is what we'll use to tune the drum. So how we want to do this, approach this, is we're going under two ropes, over one, under one, and back. Say that with me. Under two, over one, under one, and back over two. All right, say it again. Under two, over one, under one, then back, then over two. All right, so watch it. First, we're going to identify the two ropes that we're going to go under, right? We're going to go under these two right here. So I take my rope, go under two, see, 1, 2, pull the rope there. And when you do that, you want to bring it all the way down so you have room to keep going around, right? So I went under two, these two. Now I'm going to come over one. I'm going to go over this second one. Go over that second one and come back under this first one. So now I'm back where I started. And then I'm going to go over the two that I first went under. Boom. So when I have it right here, you pull. So what happens there is that the two ropes crisscross, tightening the ropes, causing the skin to tighten on the drum. All right, let's keep doing it. See if we could see how the sound changes. Under two. Come on, say it with me. Under two. Over one. And under one. And then we come across two and pull. See? There we go. Under two. These two. 1, 2. Make sure you pull your rope all the way down. Over one, under one, over two, pull.
Okay, so what's the stick for?
Great question. What is the stick for? Is sometimes when pulling on this rope, you can burn your hands. The friction of the rope against your skin can burn your hands, and you can slip. So what we do is that we use the stick to wrap around and pull, help us pull, all right? So I'll show you. Let's do one last pull and test it out. There we go. Say it with me.
Under two, over one.
Under one and over two. Now,
And pull.
there we go. That's all for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any question about today's lesson or have any music related questions that you'd like Baba O to answer, leave a comment below. See you next time. Have fun drumming.
Baba O.
Baba O.
Yes.